It's been 9 years since Crystal Rogers was last seen alive.
And this anniversary is the first one where 3 men are charged with killing her. We break down the major moments from the last 9 years.
We would have never expected this.
From the very beginning,
I figured we'd find her in, 4 or 5 days. I never dreamed it'd be this long.
and through the years,
It doesn't get easier as the time goes by.
this season in life, 9 years of it, has been filled with heartache and suffering.
It feels like yesterday when I reported her missing.
Crystal Rogers, a Bardstown mother of 5, seemingly vanished. Her boyfriend at the time, Brooks Houck, was the last person to see her alive on July 3rd, 2015.
My whole family's name is trashed for something that's completely not even tied to me.
Brooks Houck said that to a detective shortly after Crystal's disappearance. His brother Nick Houck was fired from the Bardstown Police Department for interfering with the investigation. This was his reaction when an investigator told him he failed a polygraph, lying about questions related to Crystal.
I don't give a what your computer said, okay? I think you do. I'm telling you that I have been 100% honest with you.
Brooks was later named the main suspect, and in September of 2023, he was arrested for her murder.
And in my heart, I know he's 100% guilty. And I just think to myself, your day is coming.
Brooks Houck currently sits in jail on a $10 million full cash bond. Also behind bars for Crystal's murder, father and son Steve and Joseph Lawson. And we've learned of conflicting stories of their connection to Crystal's car and belongings being abandoned on the Bluegrass Parkway with a flat tire.
I knew she wasn't there. I knew she hadn't been there.
Her father, Tommy Ballard, who was killed 16 months after her disappearance, never believed Crystal was in that car. We first heard from Steve Lawson's attorney, Ted Lavitt, that Steve picked up his son, Joseph, who was the one driving her car.
He received a phone call from his son that he broke down. He went out there and picked him up, and there was a flat tire.
Then, according to court documents, we learned from a jailhouse phone call, Steve Lawson and his son Joseph had picked up Crystal's car from a neighborhood where investigators tore up a driveway searching for any sign of her in 2021. And most recently, Steve Lawson's attorney had this to say about the car.
Crystal's car was brought to the Thompson farm by Joey. And my client, this was late at night, my client told Joey that Mr. Thompson would not appreciate and does not want that car out here.
It's the same farm where Steve Lawson told investigators he saw his son and another man digging and burning shortly after Crystal disappeared.
The son of a don't need to be on this earth if he had anything to do with Crystal, and I know he did, and his son did, and Brooks Houck. They don't need to be on this earth.
Every court hearing leading up to trial is painful for the family of Crystal Rogers, but they say it's one step closer to justice. On Monday, Brooks Houck is scheduled to be in court. His attorneys will argue to have his case separate from Steve and Joseph Lawson.